Hello everyone, and welcome to my second video on From the Depths. In my last video I showed you how to build a basic hull for the ship, starter ship that we will be building. I also showed you how to make a basic engine and the propulsion system, the propellers at the back. And in this episode I'm going to show you how to build the cannon at the front of the ship, and maybe a small missile system. So the first thing that we need to do is place down a one-axis turret, about right here. Now you want your turrets to be made of metal so that they're heavy armored, because like the ammo clips on the advanced cannon, if a shell hits it, they will explode into whatever type of ammo you're using. Like, if you're using fragmentation ammo, it will explode into fragments. So you don't want that to happen. So mainly you want your cannons to be made of metal. And all around you just want your cannon to survive longer. Okay, so I'll just put on the basic place where we're gonna build a small cannon. That looks good. And we're going to do a cram cannon with 2 barrels. So I'm just going to put on 2 barrels, 6-way connectors. This is going to be a very basic cannon. It won't be the best. So just put on some automatic orientation autoloaders. Then on the sides of all of the autoloaders, put on, we're going to be using high explosive. So on these two, do high explosive, and on the top one, also do high explosive. Now on the sides of them, you want to do ammo boxes, and if you can't put them on there, you want to get rid of some of your pellets so that you can actually fire the cannon. Such as right here, will be connected to the firing piece directly, so put it there. But also, we're going to need a bit more reload time, so we'll put 2 more on there. After that, we need to build up a barrel. The barrel is going to be, well, this is how I usually build my barrels for a cannon like this. I do 3 motor driven, 3 normal, or 5, and 2 elevation. What this allows you to do is have the perfect barrel to far away, because the 2 elevation barrels allow you to shoot extremely far away when you just put 2. So now we have some basic shells that will barely do any damage. So we want to make that better. So after this, if you want to make your cannon slightly better, just put on some more 6-way connectors. This of course will make your cannon bigger, but I think it is much better having it do more damage and faster reload than making it smaller. So I'm going to add on some harder pellets, 3 on each side, 3 for each cannon, and high explosive. And if you're wondering why I'm not putting them in the middle, it's because I do not believe they share. Maybe it does. Okay, I did not know that they did. So that's really cool. I thought that the 2 cannons didn't share if you put something in. Now I don't think these do. Connected. I don't know. I'm just not going to put them there. Actually, I will, just in case they do. That would increase the damage a ton. Yeah, so they're connected. So one of the cannons might have more damage. So this one has much more explosive, 510. 507, yep. So this is slightly better now. So if we go against a Marauder, which is a basically a giant chunk of wood, which I like to test on. I'll turn it off so it can't fire back. How far away is it? Let's see if we can shoot that far. I doubt we can. Oh, yes, we can. Okay, so let's look at these shots. Now, this cannon isn't the most accurate, actually, at all. But when it does hit, it will do quite a bit of damage. So let's just go over here to our Marauder and then rapidly fire. So if this was a Marauder, don't want the recoil. So let's just rapidly shoot the bullets that we have at it. Most of them will miss, but every once in a while one will hit, and that happens when they do. They're pretty good cannon shells. Actually, they're even better than I thought they were. Now, mainly because you see everything exploding, that's mainly just because that's the paddles, and they are extremely vulnerable. I think like one shot and the entire thing just disintegrates. So you can see it's doing quite a bit of damage to this Marauder. Not that much, but for a starter ship, this is pretty good. I'm going to just upgrade it a bit. And go back over here. Now, I would like it not to quite shoot quite as fast, but have higher gauge. So I'll put a gauge increase here. Now, this is the thing that doesn't get shared by the two cannons. So I'm going to get rid of one ammo box, increase the gauge here. So now it's going to take a much longer reload time, but also much more damage, and I believe more range. So where's the Marauder? We can actually shoot that far away. You can see the reload time is huge now. The time in between shots, but hopefully these are more accurate. Much more accurate. Getting much closer to the enemy. So let's see how much damage a 1,000 damage pellet does. 1,000 explosive damage, sorry. That's pretty good. Accidentally just shot our own. That was pretty stupid of me. Anyways, I accidentally just shot a hole through my ship, by the way. Yay for aiming inside of your hole somehow? I don't know. Anyways, so now we have a basic cannon. Now we have to armor it up. So I'll quickly show you how to do that. It's not that hard. Just get some metal. Make sure mirror mode is on. That's always good. This front part that I built earlier has to go because I built it much bigger than I thought it would. So I'm just gonna, isn't gonna look that good actually, the armor on it. It's just gonna have to do the job. So, wooden not wooden, metal. Yeah, I keep placing them the wrong way like that. Okay, so now we've got that in. Some beams. And a quick 3 long beam. Okay, so now we have the basic idea of how it's going to look. We'll put on that. And 2 of these. Now, this part kind of is sometimes annoying because it takes a little while. But if you want it to look good, it only takes a little time. If you want it to look good and work good, just make sure that everything you're doing, think of it like, do I really want to put this entire part out here, 1 block, so that I can save space, or do I want to cover it up so it doesn't all explode from 1 shot? The reasonable answer is to cover it up so you don't completely obliterate your ship. So, you want to armor it up as much as you possibly can, as I've said. And I'm just going to quickly finish this up. Boop, 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 beep. And then after this, we will continue to the next part of the video. So sorry that this is taking so long, but you just have to do it to make sure your ship is actually good. Because without that, it kind of is pointless building a ship. It's not good. Okay, so just gonna finish this up now. Putting some beams times 3. Okay, so now we have some basic armor. Our entire ship is weighing forward hugely because this giant clump of metal. Also, that's one thing I will quickly show you how to build. Your ship, if your ship is like tipping and rolling, build a keel. A keel is what keeps your ship upright. It's made of usually lead, and that's what you would use in this game. Just all you have to do, take a lead beams times 4 and line the middle and of the bottom of the ship with it. Now your ship will not roll anywhere near as much. Also, my entire ship looks like it's sinking. And another thing that we can do to make it more buoyant is to use air pumps. Air pumps pump out all the water out of your ship inside to make it more buoyant. I'm just gonna add a couple, so in case one gets shot off, it can still pump out air. But I guess technically if that happened, there would be a hole inside. But as you can see now, it's almost like I have it in freeze. Although it does have some weird effects on the water around it. But it's fine. It doesn't look the worst. So now we have a basic cannon, and this ship could actually fight. It wouldn't do too well and would probably lose, but it can now fight. So now I'm going to show you a basic missile system. Now, missiles are probably my favorite weapon ever. They are just amazing. They're pretty cheap for what they do. They're by far, in my opinion, the most powerful weapon in the entire game. So I'm just going to quickly delete that beam. And I'm going to build a small missile system. Now, I have one ship that literally all it is missiles. The entire deck is just a missile bay. It is amazing. Although it is not cheap, it is amazing. So, yeah, I think missiles are probably the best weapon in this game. You can make cannons in specific ways to make them better than missiles. But sometimes missiles, at the beginning, it's definitely the thing that you want to do. So I'll put a controller, identify friend or foe, that's kind of useful. Staggered fire add-on. That will make it so they don't all fire at once. And then a quick gantry. Okay, 3 block long. I'll make 4 block long missiles. So what you want to do on these is you want to make it a variable thruster. You want to set the ramp up time. You don't want to change that. You want to change this. This is going to be a long range missile system. Change that to 800. So that means it will barely have any, it won't go fast at all. It will go super slow. But it, in my opinion, is worth it because they're super long range. So then you want 2 fins. And then you want the next ones to be explosive and fragment. You want to set the cone angle here to 1. And at the top part, put active radar seeker. Then assign to all same length missiles. And that should make it so that all of these missiles have the same thing. Now, I don't know if it gives it to this one. Yeah, okay, it does. Wait, no, it doesn't. So, all I have to do to solve this problem is save the missile over here. Save it as starter. And save as starter. Exit. And then over here, I want to load it. Starter. So now we have a basic missile system that will be pretty good. So I just have to assign them to all the same length missiles. So now, if we go over to the missiles back here, or missiles, we'll fire them off. You see they're very slow, but they are extremely long range. Also, they look really cool the way that variable thrusters work. So let's just completely obliterate the Marauder. And it just tore a hole straight through the middle of it and inside. So that will be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe. And I will be doing another tutorial in the next episode, which we will be covering the AI. And we will probably be done then. We might add some more cannons and maybe some more missiles and flares. So, goodbye. And I will be back in probably posting another video tomorrow. Bye.